All right. Good start to the day. Happy Tuesday. Oh, man. There we go. Surely a good sign. OBS acting up, Trackmania acting up. Hey, Zyla Driver, happy Tuesday. Okay, fantastic. Happy Tuesday, Cthulhu. We are going into Deep Dip campaign. Is it number 4? It's number 4. Guess we're playing offline. Server has been less busy the last couple times that I've been playing, so not the biggest deal, but kind of sucks. Not gonna deal with it though if I get booted out twice in a row. Hey, Eldrazi, happy Tuesday. Oh, punk. Slavander, happy Tuesday. What's up? How am I doing today? Good. Good, yeah, I think I only got like 3 hours of sleep on Sunday night, so I ended up not streaming yesterday, of course, but much better sleep last night. Still ended up being very late because I got distracted by idle games, but something to work on, I guess. I keep meaning to start stream earlier, and for some reason when I have the intention of starting stream earlier, my body just ceases to function. It's such a weird thing. It's like, oh yeah, I should do this. Proceeds to do exactly the opposite. But oh well. Is what it is. No, I would like to start streaming earlier, though. At the very least, start when I intend to start, which is like 11 o'clock my time. Like 3 hours ago. But ideally, I would like to start around probably 8:30 or 9. Get like real long sessions in. Get those days too, get deep into something like, oh, need to stream. Yeah. No, I feel like a lot of stuff has been coming up lately. Am I in NA? Yes, I am. I am over in Oregon, West Coast. Yeah, like a couple weeks ago, the big thing was old school RuneScape leagues. That had me distracted. Then I started playing a new idle game, and that got me distracted. Today, a random update dropped for Brotato. One of the games that I like a lot. Introducing brand new nightmare difficulty, plus a character that the first line describing the character says, "This character dies in 1 hit." I actually really like that character a lot, though. I almost beat the very first run that I did with it. But it removes a lot of the items that say, like, plus health or plus HP regen, plus lifesteal, plus armor. All of the defensive stats that don't matter. And then there's a bunch of items that are balanced around the fact that they lower your defensive stats. And you just get to take all of those with no downside. Kind of like a one life challenge. Yeah, kinda. Have you played Brotato? It's... I don't know if I would say roguelike. It's kind of a roguelike in that you start over from scratch every game, and then you like have to... Yeah, it's exactly. It's a glass cannon. It does start with an item called a tardigrade, though. The tardigrade item blocks one hit, so technically the character dies in 2 hits. Incremental. Not incremental, because just like other roguelike kind of characters, or roguelike games, I mean, you do start over completely from scratch every game that you play. The only difference is that, like something like, I think Enter the Gungeon was very similar, where Enter the Gungeon, you would unlock guns, and those would be available for your next game. So, as you do achievements and unlock new characters and stuff, you do get more stuff that's available in, like, shops. So the variety of runs increases, but it doesn't necessarily make it, like, easier. There are definitely some items that you unlock that are better than the base items, but there are definitely some items that are, like, below the power level of the base items. Also, like, if you're trying to build into a specific archetype and you unlock an item that's in a different archetype, obviously that's not going to be very helpful for your current run, even though it could be very good for other runs. But yeah, it's like a bullet hell arcade roguelike kind of thing. Since the format of the game is that you have to survive 20 waves of enemies, and the enemies drop material for you to spend in the shops. It's a very fun game, though. Very simple, because all you have to do is move around and dodge the enemies. But, like, a lot of decision making in the stores and stuff. I enjoy it. When was my last PB? Right before Christmas. It has been a little while. It's been a little while, but at the same time, I haven't really put in the hours since my last PB. I've been letting myself get very lax with the streaming schedule. And getting very distracted. Multiple vacations. Late stream starts. Yeah, I definitely need to start putting more consistent hours into it. I've been to 15 twice since my PB. And I was getting to 14 pretty consistently like a month ago. Nice. Wait, yeah, clearly my last PB was -1 hour ago. Do I practice on practice maps? Not exactly practice maps. When I'm practicing, it's generally during my warm-up that I tend to do in the mornings. Although on days like today, where I start stream a bit later, I don't tend to do a warm-up. But the method that I use to warm up is the replay editor, which lets me open up the actual map and place my car wherever I want on it. It's not like the single floor maps, which I think is probably what you're referring to. Happy Tuesday, Tolly. Surely PV -1 hours ago. Surely. Nah, my runs have been pretty decent this last week. Been getting a lot of runs up to 12. Nope. All right, that was interesting. No, something that's been kind of nice. My 8 = 10 has almost evolved into an 8 = 11. A lot of my 10s have been going to 11 lately. It feels like the main thing that was holding me back was the pipes. And I have been a lot more confident on the pipes as of late. Yeah. Oh, also I feel like with the Ice 360, I've been getting a lot more varied successes instead of them looking identical, which is how they tended to do. I've been having a lot of very weird Ice 360 successes. Happy Tuesday, Kazarek. Am I happy or sad that Deep Dip 3 isn't happening this year? Was that confirmed? I don't know. It's a little bit, if that is true. Esports schedule too busy? Is that really something they're taking into account? November's khakis always. I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it? Happy Tuesday, not nope. I didn't really think about that, but it would make sense for the khaki team to take into account like events that are happening to like not try to overlap with other events. But I think the main thing is just like the mapping. Whack. But to answer the initial question of whether I'm happy or sad, I guess a little bit of both. Like, assuming Deep Dip 3 is not happening this year, obviously that gives me more time to beat Deep Dip 2 so that I can be there for the start of Deep Dip 3. But I never would want for them to delay it for me. That would be very selfish. And then as a viewer, obviously, it's not fun to wait longer to see a hype event like Deep Dip. But at the same time, always being empathetic for mappers. And like, same kind of way that I am for game developers. I don't want somebody to rush something when they could make something of incredible quality instead. There's a saying, I think, that goes something like, a delayed game is a good game, but a rushed game is bad forever. Doesn't really hold up very much for games nowadays, actually, because games have patches. Is eventually good. Yes. Thank you. No, games can have patches now, so like even a bad game isn't bad forever. You got stuff like No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk, both very critically like bad on release, both heavily improved afterward. Hey Denny, happy Tuesday. But yeah, that would definitely go for a Deep Dip map. If a Deep Dip map is rushed and ends up being bad, you can't exactly edit it afterward. Hey! Happy Tuesday, everybody. And happy Tuesday, Zach. Almost missed you right in front of the raid. Thank you for the raid, SBville. How was the stream? I assume you guys were doing some mapping, as usual. Caught me just in time for the first run of the day. Whew! That was a high flip. Khaki! Oh, right! I think I heard about that. There's like an easier version of Khaki going on right now, right? That's very cool. PGS? PG Skillsy. PG Skillsy. Thank you for the follow. Happy Tuesday. Oh god. I don't like that. No, that's another thing to look forward to. Or possibly dread, depending on the person's point of view. But I'm looking forward to Khaki eventually. Khaki seems like it has some very high peaks. Crazy turtle setup. I know, right? Happy Tuesday, dead legs. Khaki tomorrow after today is clear. Surely. You know what? If I beat the map today, yes, let's do Khaki tomorrow. Throw my previous plans out the window. Man, I really wish I could get the turtle setup consistent on this one. There's another crazy turtle setup for this second one where you just slam the beam. But that one doesn't feel nearly as good as the first one. Good enough. Blub. Ooh. Almost spooky. All right, a little bit shaky there. Real Duino, happy Tuesday. Do I prefer turtling at this part or over the turtle skip? Yes. I am significantly more consistent at turtling versus the turtle skip. I'm Bean. Thank you for the follow. Happy Tuesday. Can't stay long today. Making some food. Hope I have an awesome stream. Happy climbing. See you in the next one. Yeah. No, for sure. That's perfectly fair. Go get some food. I will talk to you later, Eldrazi. Plus, kinda on me for how late I started. And Lucky Rabbit, thank you for the follow as well. Happy Tuesday. Oh, and before I forget, I'm Louise. Thank you for the follow as well yesterday while I was offline. Whew. You thought there was no stream today. That would have been a safe guess. But I've been trying to get into the habit of, even if I'm starting stream very late, at least getting one in. Getting any stream in is better than getting, like, no stream in. Even if it is just an itty-bitty one. I think statistically it's kind of bad for me on Twitch. I'm not entirely sure how that works, though. Maybe having more frequent streams would make, like, higher algorithm something. But for viewer statistics, I know it would be bad if I, like, got on for an hour. But honestly, like, what does that matter? Clean. Happy Tuesday, Adam. And happy Tuesday, Lysergium. What game do I think I have the most skill in? That is a weird question. Skill? Maybe Trackmania? Knowledge? Almost certainly RuneScape. If knowledge is a skill, then I would say RuneScape. But this is definitely my most practiced game, and also like the most practiced game that I have that has like technical ability. Hey, happy Tuesday, solid. Ooh. Little sketchy on the no slide there. Oh, God. Good save. Oh, that's why we let the car drop down like that. No shaving until Finn. Happy Tuesday, CK. No shaving until PB, which could be until Finn. And happy Tuesday, Greek Dude. Gonna make you mess up your streak with this kind of live time? Yeah. Don't worry, I'll try to stream earlier and longer. Okay. Go again. Perfect bedtime streams for you. Cozy is what I'm going for, so thank you. Whoo, baby. So close to Happy Wednesday for you. Yeah, around that time, isn't it? Happy Tuesday, body. Whoa! What a scam! Goddamn. Okay, then.
Cat sitting very comfortable around a campfire with its friends. Cat sitting very comfortable around a campfire with its friends. Cat sitting very comfortable around a campfire with its friends.
Thank you for the 20 months, body. Sick flip, though. True. Was that a plastic landing bug? I have no idea. But we go again. What happened there? Wasn't looking. Not happy Wednesday. Happy Tuesday, Windfox. Name threw me off there. Thank you for the follow. Basically, I did the press forward thing that I normally do on the jump over, like, to that yellow diamond. And my car, like, bounced. Wednesday, exactly. Are you fucking joking me? Excuse me. Oh my god. That and the water pool didn't flip immediately. Well, get to skip floor 2. That was a pretty good sand save on my part, I will say. Chance to level my floor 3 mastery. I think I did that fully long ago. Although I don't do fancy tricks on it, to be fair. Happy Tuesday, MD. Left early on Friday, but saw my last fall. That was one of the weirdest positions to be in. I don't remember what happened. What happened for my last fall on Friday? Scofflet and Viku. Happy Tuesday. We can get back up there. Oh, for sure. Nose against the... Oh, that was the floor 10 one. Yeah, that was really strange. True. Okie dokie. That's one way of doing it. Going back to yard work? Alright, sounds good. Talk to you later, Greek dude. Man. Going for maximum scuff. Because you joined? Surely. Let's all just blame it on MD here. Boink. Good Clippinator. No, to be fair, I do think that after my initial fall on any given run, it does feel like I usually end up with a very weird run afterward. That being said, my initial fall for this run was already very weird. Freaking plastic scams. I think if I had to guess what happened, I was too far, or not too far, but more far back than I normally am on the dirt. Just by like half a tire length. Boom, 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 boom. Boink. Swoosh. Hey, Fruits Nudes. Happy Tuesday. Got here just in time for the first run of the day. How's it been? You were out of town last week, but saw that I was on. It's been pretty good. Yeah, a lot of RuneScape distraction, followed by vacation, leading to me being out of stream for almost a month. But the last week has been good. A lot of floor 12s coming back from vacation, which is good. I thought that I would be much more rusty. Also, happy Tuesday, Drago. Sounds like a fun time. Yeah. Yeah, it's been good. How have you been? Hopefully good. I feel like usually going out of town is kind of a fun thing. Been pretty good, busy as heck. Just got back from a fun trip yourself. Nice. Somewhere you hadn't been before? Oh, God. Oh, man. Haven't had that fail in a while. I think the last couple times that I failed that jump, I fell off on the right side. FurryCon yearly in Atlanta. Nice. Does sound fun. Can't say I've been myself, but I'm not actually much of a convention person, personally. It is fun buying, like, merch, but very crowded. Floor mastery. Nice. Definitely a lot of people vaguely miss like 10 years ago when it was a third of its current size. That is kind of interesting, though, that it tripled in size. Is it just due to the change in landscape of social media, or is it... Because I feel like that used to be very stigmatized before. Probably still is. National Odometer Day. Nice. Happy Tuesday, Larry. Swing. Speaker sprite towers. Tiles on the tower. I don't know what you're talking about. I think conventions are a lot more normalized nowadays. Yeah. Conventions for sure were also kind of stigmatized. But I think conventions are definitely more normal. I was more referring to furries. Some blocks with the optics of a speaker logo. Interesting. Oh, the speaker block. Of course. Those indicate where you can get a voice line. At certain parts on the map, there are voice lines that you get the first time that you're there. But I haven't gotten one of those in probably like half a year. There's one more for me to get, I think, on 16, and then one on the roof. But yeah, I know what you mean now. I was so confused for a second. But yeah, next time I get to one, I'll stop and confirm. But I'm pretty sure I know exactly what you're talking about. Boink. Swoosh. I think there's one at the loop. Yeah, after you go above the loop. It's the one that I always back into. Less stigma concern these days, and cons often have more explicitly adult segments. Okay. That's good, though. I'm glad there's less stigma nowadays. People should be able to do what they like, as long as it's not, like, actively harming others. Yeah. Never affected anyway in the first place. Never affected anyone in the first place. Never got the joke of shitting on it. Yeah. I think it's just because it's abnormal. People tend to joke about things that are abnormal. Just the joke being, oh, that's weird. People don't like what they don't understand. Exactly. Whew. Man, I almost failed that again. This jump has been a little sketchy for me today. Even the 2 times that I've made it have been questionable, to say the least. Whoa, that worked? Holy hole. Yeah, my car got like super dragged left, so I was sure that I was gonna clip the wall. That was crazy. Well, means I don't have to do the start at 6 again, so I'm happy about that. Boink. Tower grinding, so fun. So fun. So which... Are you still doing deep slip? I think the last I heard you were like last floor. No, you finished. Finished like a month ago. Okay. And you probably told me too. And I probably congratulated you. Oh, shit! No! What? Oh, God, what am I doing? Oh. Alright. Get out of here, disgusting run. But congratulations. Oh. Man. What did you just walk into? Don't want to ask. Happy Tuesday, Mace. Run what run? Exactly. Clearly we're on our first run of the day again. Thank you, thank you. No, that run got kind of cursed at the end, though. After that disgusting plastic bounce on 10. First run doesn't count because it's a warm-up. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I'm glad that's how it works. Man, my first run of the day felt quite fast, though. I think I was definitely on my way to a sub 30 floor 11 before the scam. Okie dokie. Man, that was definitely an ice slide. Well, when all those people at the start of my climb giving me advice about the ice slide said, yeah, it kind of works no matter how you do it, guess they weren't lying. Literally slid out at the start of that ice slide and still just went for it for some reason. It worked. Yeah. And if it works, it works. Boink. Man, every once in a while, I just think back on how hard these floors were at some point. Like when I first reached floor 2. And it makes me very happy as I'm just autopiloting through. Ooh, rip. Good enough. Nice. Sub 6. Pretty fast for me. Fast for many. Mm-hmm. Except Have. Yeah, I think they're decent few deep dip climbers that pretty consistently get up there in like around 5 to 5.5 minutes. But yeah, I think it's definitely not a bad pace. Around 30 seconds faster than what I assume my average is for floor 4. But my average is very outdated at this point. It's been a long time since I've kind of reevaluated my averages. I just have these assumptions based on how fast it used to take me. Because for a long time, my average speed stayed very stagnant. Because I was very, very, very consistent at doing it almost exactly the same way every time. Sub 8, though, into floor 5, I think is something that I'm happy with. Something that I think I've only gotten once is sub 10 into 6, though. Sub 10 into 6 is wild pace for me. Yeah, I don't think I am quite sub 10 pace here. Because I definitely wasn't sub 4 pace going into floor 3. Still probably like 15 seconds faster than normal, though. Maybe 10 seconds. 10 seconds faster. 5 seconds? Yeah, like 5 seconds faster. Never mind. I'm back down to average pace. All for the best. Where am I aiming? God damn it. I'm 2 for 5 on that jump today. That sucks. When you tried playing the many checkpoints map, it crashed your game. And you tried the spam thing. Spam start strat. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely not very well optimized for console. As soon as you join back, I fall. Well, we got a common factor between the two falls. That, of course, being that I was driving. Alright. PB run. Let's go. able to do separate floors, many checkpoints, but could only get to 10 before it would let you in. Oh, okay. Before it wouldn't let you in. Because on the separate floors, many checkpoints, it keeps the tower beneath you. Yeah, okay. I mean, you could do the individual floors then for 11 and above. Or maybe talk to Greek Dude, because Greek Dude has a floor 11 and above version of the map. I think. Pretty sure. But yeah, that could be used. Assuming that it actually does just delete everything else below. It might just be a lazy version where the start block is changed. And you start on floor 11 instead of starting on floor 0. In which case, that wouldn't help very much. Could ask someone to optimize it for us. I doubt it would be that hard, right? Because doing something as simple... I wonder if just deleting the intro cinematic would save a lot of console runners. Obviously, like, there's a bunch of scenery on Floor Gang. You could remove that and have basically no effect. But I think removing the scenery on floor 0 and removing the intro cinematic would probably make it runnable. Did some ice RPG today. One checkpoint took you 2 hours. You didn't even finish the map. Checkpoint 2 out of 10, by the way. Terrible at ice trial. I mean, ice trials seem very hard. Because it's not enough to, like, drive whatever they set up for you. You have to drive it, like, perfect angle so you get max speed, right? God damn it. Involved going through an anti-booster and making a big speed check. So it was like a backwards ice trial kind of thing. That sounds crazy. Oh, man. Good runs, good runs. Needed to ice slide through the boost and not lose speed. No backwards needed. Okay. I guess, yeah, if you're sideways on a booster, it doesn't lose speed, right? Although I feel like it does redirect you somewhat if you were even slightly off. Sounds interesting, though. Perfectly sideways in order to not go the wrong way. Yeah, that's what I expected. Because when you're doing booster skips like that, if you're not perfectly sideways, it will try to boost you in the direction your nose is facing. Actually, it'll try to boost you backwards, not the way that your nose is facing. In the direction of the booster, obviously. Man, what a varied group of run failures today. One part of Deep Slip Floor 5 comes to mind, where there are frequent sideways ice slides over boosters. Yeah. I was thinking about that too. I think I remember one part where, like, you ice slide over a booster and then there's some dirt on the other side of it. Don't understand Ice 360 either. Can't get it consistent at all. Basically... Okay. Let me park so I can cam 7 a bit here. Okay. Ice 360. So I like to come out around here, and then you're turning left like here to initiate the ice slide. And you want to be going basically straight down this for your ice slide. And then there's a decently long brake hold while your car is pointed left here. You hold brake for probably a second, around a second, I would assume. And that spins your car around. And I think it's just a direction switch, isn't it? God, it's hard to think about it without my car actually being there. I was lucky because for some reason I instantly understood it. The inputs is what you struggle with, yeah. It's just basically alternating from one ice slide going one way to an ice slide going the opposite direction. So you're just initiating the ice slide, lining it up, and then ice sliding, holding brake to spin your car during the plastic section, and then swapping directions on the second half of the ice slide. Let me quickly just climb up to floor 10 so I can demonstrate. But yeah, ideally, now the thing that kind of helped me have it click was that I realized that when you're actually exiting off of the ramp, you kind of still want your car to be sideways, as if you're still ice sliding. Because I kind of felt like I was trying to jump off the ramp straight. But if your car is sideways in an ice slide, it gives you way more speed. And maybe that's also part of the problem if you're struggling with it. Just like this one. Ice 360 you're talking about is going from straight to 360 back to straight? Huh. Oh, are you talking about on yours? You're not talking about this Ice 360, like the Ice 360. You're just talking about a general Ice 360. Yeah, okay. Oh, God. Shit. Why am I failing so much on the early floors? That's like my second time failing 3 today. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, my only knowledge, of course, is on deep dip, so I don't exactly know. I assume that the it's gonna end up being similar though. The only difference is going to be like how much you turn. Or how much you, like, the timing of the turn. Happy Tuesday, Cartelix. Man, it has been something today. Look at a video and probably practice a bit. Sounds good. Oh, man. Good thing you're here, Cartelix. Now I can stop goofing off and failing on the low floors and finally go back up to the high floors. Can't see gears. They are maybe changing gears while 360ing. Maybe. Sorry, talk about another streamer. Did you say sorry to talk another streamer and then you talked about the guy right above you? Made a huge flat map that's just all ice. Oh! The Swede. The Swede. I thought you were saying MD the Swede. But yes. You're right. Virtual did make a very, like, a big flat ice map just for learning ice control. Let's see if early floors stop me. Surely not. But yeah, just for future reference, like, I don't care if people talk about other streamers. Just, like, use common sense, of course. If you say, oh man, this person, like, Have's doing crazy, he's almost done with double dip, currently on floor 16. That's pretty hype. On the other hand, if you say, hey everybody, Have's currently on floor 6 a double dip, let's all leave the stream to watch it, like, that's crossing the line. But you're not Swedish. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You've done Virtual's ice training. It helped you understand ice to begin with. Nice. Now, it could be a good thing, though. Using that kind of resource in order to, like, mess with ice 360s. both streamers open on 2 screens if it is. I mean, that's definitely one way to do it. And there is no harm in opening 2 streams. That's why God invented second monitors, am I right? I think he used it to understand the mechanics of Ice 360s, but the problem you have is doing it when it's a tight space. Oh, true. Honestly, with tight spaces like that, there's not really too much you can do aside from practice the individual trick that you're trying to do. And for that, I don't think console has replay editor, right? God, that would be so helpful, but no, yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, because it's hard to just recreate a specific part in a map, right? You were able to cheese the Ice 360 on floor 10 in many checkpoints. Yeah, I think with many checkpoints on floor 10, can't you just, like, make it over there somehow, even if you're, like, turtled and just checkpoint reset? I think the checkpoint is placed in such a way that even if you fall off, you still get it. Well, don't worry, guys. Only like 5 or 6 more years, and you'll finally get replay editor on console. If Cam 7 is anything to go by. Yeah, I mean, that's not dead. That's just a Tony fail. Green timer countdown until we get replay editor. I mean, we'd have to have a exact date, wouldn't we? 5 years, he would have left Trackmania then. Ooh. Maybe they can pick up the pace then. Although, maybe I'm wrong. I'm assuming there wasn't any giant, like, quality of life console updates between then. Did console always have, wasn't there a time when console didn't have specific shortcuts for, like, action keys? You ask the absurd questions, don't need the answers. Well, I guess if all you're asking is, can we get the green timer for that countdown, then I guess the answer is no, right? Pretty easy answer. Worst is it doesn't support keyboard on console. Oh yeah, I guess you could probably plug a keyboard in, right? And then you would assume that it would have all of the functionality. No action key at the start. Then yeah. Perhaps it's only going to be like 2.5 years until you get replay editor then. Personally, you don't use action keys. Doesn't feel like you need them on console. I'm sure they can be helpful for some things. Like, I think the main thing that comes to mind for me is like Bob. Are action keys good for like full speed? I don't actually know all of the things. For some reason, for Bob, you don't even need to steer. I assume that it's probably not optimal then. Use both controller and keyboard. Didn't use action keys at all. I mean, it's not 100% necessary, right? But it does help. Don't use them for SDs, that'd be horrifying. Yeah, I don't actually know what action keys are for then. Is it just for specific turns then? Maybe you know that like... Oh, no. You know what I'm thinking of? Alt cars, right? Isn't that the other main thing that action keys are good for? Yeah. Those are just so far out of my mind that didn't even think about them initially. Hey, Creeves. Happy Tuesday. Very good for snow and rally mainly. Gotcha. Lesgen? I have no idea how to pronounce that. Les it is. Happy Tuesday. Great for the start of the map, mostly tech. Oh, okay. Tech is good with action keys. I suppose that could make sense. Yeah, I think the main things that I had heard were definitely Bob and alt cars. Like Lesgen in English. Okay, cool. Thank you. I will try to remember that. I definitely feel like in English, the thing that I struggle with the most, pretty much it. Nice. Yeah, the thing that I struggle with the most are a lot of consonants in a row. Having that many back to back to back with no vowels. Obviously the Y kind of acts like a vowel there, but... No! Are you kidding me? Oh, man. All right. Here we go. Whoops. Man, today is not my day. Early floors stopped me eventually. That jump has been problematic for me today. Is 6 early now? In a 16 floor map. kind of feels like 6 should be at least middle now, right? This is the run. Yes. Called it. God, I might need to set my AC up soon. Starting to get warm in here. A phrase that has been said for the past 2 years. I mean, it's getting more and more true. Or more and more likely to be true, I suppose. The longer time is going on. I just won't ask for clarification. Could be days PB, could be PB, could be the end of the map. This is the run. Obviously they were wrong and that's not worth mentioning. Of course. Perhaps it's the run that we finally make it out of stinking 12. This is a run? No, this is the run, clearly. Schwing. 4-hour finish run. Uh-oh. Also, happy Tuesday, Crunk God. Let's hope it's not a 4-hour finish run. I mean, a finish run is a finish run, but I would obviously prefer it if we could get it done in a reasonable amount of time. Got places to be. Floor 15 streamer becomes floor 16 streamer. Yes. Man, I would love a little bit of floor 16 practice tomorrow. From 6th floor to 16th, hopefully it'll happen. Are we talking about days PB? Because my days PB is end of 10. Got uber plastic scammed on that diamond jump. I have a life outside of playing Deep Dip. God, I would hope so, given how little I've been playing Deep Dip as of late. Gonna feel the breeze on my face from walking. Just from walking. Because of how high up floor 16 is that what we're saying? Oh, after the beard trim, yes. I was like, yeah, I guess it would probably be windy up there. Missed my streams. Thank you. I missed my streams too. It was very weird having them absent for like 3 weeks. Yeah, absolutely. Especially when I get PBs. Surely today's the day. Any day could be it at this point, makes it very exciting. That is true. Like, even if I'm not making it to 15 constantly, I am good enough where if I do make it to 16, I could just finish. I wouldn't find it very likely because I haven't practiced 15 very much, but like I could finish. I could one-shot 16 and then just be done. Don't understand how these floors aren't brain rot after doing them for 1900 hours. There's just enough variance in them, I think. There's definitely a little bit of brain rot, for sure. But they're not easy. Obviously, like, could probably do them in my sleep at this point, but I still do have to think a little bit when I'm driving. Remember seeing Bren up on 16 when he was the only one who was up there. Very weird atmosphere to see those moments. High up, all alone, just the wind and the fall. Well, I'm not alone anymore. Or I wouldn't be alone if I get up there. Good, like, almost 20 people who have been up there at this point. Are you kidding me? No! God damn it. Oh. Freaking cone. Also, Neuro and Schnizzy. Happy Tuesday. Oh, man. Do I want to be done with this? I would say so. And happy Tuesday, Matthew. Yeah, like, all the past finishers up there cheering me on in my ear. Everyone on the checkpoint maps, those weren't released at that point. I guess that's true. I mean, if we're counting the checkpoint maps, then I'm already up there, waiting for myself to get up there on the main map. Nice seeing Neuro emote. Very cute emotes, for sure. Boink. Oh, God. All right, not the run. God damn it. Not the same, obviously, but back then, most people hadn't even seen those parts. True. Now, nowadays, we have a pretty decent understanding of everything on the tower. Everything's been studied. Update. This is the run. Not my day today? Not so far, but that doesn't mean it can't be. No, it all kind of went downhill when I got super duper plastic scammed on floor 10. My first run was crazy though. Like very fast up to nearly 11. This is a run. But yeah, clearly all those runs, just warm-ups. update. Annalada is here. Happy Tuesday, Annalada. If Mark Watney from The Martian had access to Deep Dip 2, he would have had the perfect way to spend his days trapped on Mars. That would be interesting. God, imagine a stream from Mars. That would be kind of crazy, right? Nothing but you, Twitch chat, and a bunch of shit potatoes. Usually the run happens when you least expect it. True. After failures comes success. True. But also after success comes more success sometimes. You never know. Off to bed here in Europe. Happy climbing. Alright, good night, Neuro. I'll talk to you later. There'd be an 8-hour delay. That would be really cool, actually. Like, you ask a question on a stream, leave, and then you, like, come back and watch the stream later. And then just, like, have it edited so it's synced up. What have I learned from playing Deep Dip for this long? Any enlightenments? If you push the brake button while you're in the air, it stops your car from rotating. Have to wake up in hours. Good luck on the runs. Thank you, Cartelix. Have a good night. I will talk to you later. Not leaving. Neuro said he was off to bed, so you were showed a sleepy Neuro. If you hit a block, you get a slowdown, even if you don't expect to. Not necessarily hitting a block, it's like hitting the connection between blocks, right? Gotta love landing bugs. Boink. Lars really loves landing bugs. Oh, I'm sure. Who doesn't love landing bugs? Oh, one thing that I found that was quite interesting. A lot of times, it's very helpful to, like, go slower than you expect you should. There are a lot of times on Deep Dip especially where if you just try to go as fast as you can, you'll either lose control or, like, gear at a bad time. And going slightly slower can actually get you more speed and have you going faster. Like that first jump of floor 3 is what I was immediately thinking of. Kind of a counterintuitive lesson on Deep Dip. Landing bugs are every Trackmania's favorite insect after all. Of course. Favorite insect to crush, perhaps. Well, that was something. With ice, sometimes Gear 2 ice slides are better than Gear 3. Gears are complicated. Makes sense. I don't know what the difference would be. Pre-finished tutoring streams. I mean, generally, I would be down to help anybody if they asked. Are we just talking about, like, speccing people? Gross. Ugh. Tony! I think it has to do with not switching the gears because you gotta slow down if you do. Oh, is that what you mean? I assumed that you meant, like, doing the ice slide in Gear 2 versus being able to do it in Gear 3 and keep the gear the whole time. Because, yeah, I could definitely see a spot where, like, you're in Gear 3 and you're in low Gear 3, and doing the ice slide itself manages to lose you speed to the point where you're shifting down, where it would have been faster to stay in Gear 2 the whole time. General tips like the gear management one. You were being kind of stupid. Why? I don't think that's stupid. No, it could be fun. No, it would be kind of interesting seeing, like, it would be a good way of knowing, like, exactly how much we learned. Like, maybe not a whole stream worth of it. Although maybe a whole stream worth of it. Kind of depends on how many people really want to do deep dip. I think that would be the main problem, right? Man, something that I was thinking about that is funny that it's not the first thought. So tutoring and, like, getting private lessons in something is often something that people pay for. And here I was just thinking about doing it for free, right? It's wild to me thinking about, like, paying somebody to talk to them and teach them about something I like doing. I think I said paying for somebody, but I meant, like, having somebody pay me. I could write the perfect bright yellow deep dip for dummies book. True. Step-by-step video of my completion run with setups and stuff. I think my completion run probably won't be the best example. Although maybe it will be. The nice thing is I don't know how much my setups have changed really. Because I think I definitely have some better setups for specific jumps. I mean, this run? Exactly, yeah. After all, this is the run. Will I ever go back to this map after finishing it? Yep, of course. One thing I've said before is that, like, after I finish Deep Dip 2, my next map is going to be Deep Dip 1. And I will be playing Deep Dip 1 on stream until I finish it. I was here. Hi, YouTube. Hi, you from the future. Nice. What if Deep Dip 3 releases by then? I mean, if Deep Dip 3 releases by then, I'll play Deep Dip 3 next. Which inevitably will also be a long-ass map to lock myself to. But the main thing, though, the main point is that right now Deep Dip 2 is my only map. So if I ever feel like playing Trackmania when I'm not streaming, I don't have anything to do. I can't exactly play Deep Dip 2 off stream because I want my Deep Dip 2 experience to be a shared one. But once I'm moved on to another map, like Deep Dip 1 or Deep Dip 3 if it were out, then I could still stream that new map. And then if I ever feel like playing a map while I'm off stream, I can hop on Deep Dip 2 and play for fun. Not to mention I want AT. Alright, frick you, beam jump. Best scenarios of Deep Dip 3 releases right when I finish Deep Dip 2, then I can play it on the main server with virtual and Lars, etc. No. The best scenario would be if I finish Deep Dip 2 relatively early, and then I'm able to finish Deep Dip 1 and Bennett Foddy 2, Bennett Foddy 1, Shallow Dip, and get a little bit of a break to do whatever I want that doesn't involve having to grind incredibly difficult tower maps. Also, frick. Oh, hole. We go back. Will I play Deep Dip 3 if I haven't finished Deep Dip 2 or no? No. No. I'm not playing any other maps until I'm done with Deep Dip 2. When am I going to release myself to play other maps? I can play whatever I want after I'm finished with all of the Deep Dip team's maps. So once I have finished those currently 4 maps that are out, Deep Dip 2, well, it's more like 3.5. Deep Dip 2, Deep Dip 1, Bennett 48 my checkpoints, and then Shallow Dip, which isn't really a real map. It's just like slightly remade version of Deep Dip 2. It's a bit easier and stops at floor 6. But I want to play it anyway, just as like kind of a victory lap. But once I'm done with Shallow Dip, I will be moving on to other stuff. And I would like to be able to play some other stuff before Deep Dip 3 comes out. Because once Deep Dip 3 comes out, I will absolutely be locking myself to that one too. That is supposing that Virtual does play on the main server, which he didn't during Deep Dip 2. Yeah, he definitely moves over to the main, or over to like, he tries to play on the server for sure, but like he's not gonna allow the latency to interfere with his play. Deep Dip and Deep Slid, they're not Deep Dip maps. They're tower maps inspired by Deep Dip, but they are completely different teams. Double Dip, maybe someday. That one was technically made by Sammy, so not counting it. No nothing but respect for my dedication. Thank you, Deckers. Happy Tuesday. God damn it. Come on, plastic. Bounce me. God damn it. Really? All the way down. All the way down. Fantastic. What a garbage map today, man. Bennett Foddy ate my checkpoints is not Deep Dip either. It's made by the exact same team. Deep Dip is a direct sequel to Bennett Foddy ate my checkpoints. They said, alright, we made Bennett Foddy ate my checkpoints, a tower map. What if we make it absurdly harder? And then they made Deep Dip 2, or Deep Dip 1. Because at some point someone was streaming Deep Dip, or not Deep Dip, Bennett Foddy, and said, man, that is a deep dip. And that's where the name came from someone playing Bennett Foddy. Wonder if Double Dip would load on console. God, no. I don't think it would. Maybe it would. Barely loads on PC. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Ooh. But yeah, once I finish Shallow Dip, then gloves are off. I can play whatever I want. Which, yeah, could be in other tower maps. Could let myself play some normal maps for once, though. Maps that are expected to be finished in, like, less than a minute. Alrighty. Last run. Surely this goes well. This is the run, right? Is Deep Dip something like Deep-a Dip? Deep-a Dip. I think it would probably be like Deep-a Dip. Although maybe, I don't know. I could definitely see it being like onomatopoeia. Deep-a Dip. Japanese does love their two-syllable double repeat words. Last time ever doing Maji's Ice Slut. Surely. Fun loading Double Dip in the replay editor. Game freezes with not responding. Warning for 20 plus minutes. And you just have to trust it will eventually load. Oh god. Sounds awful. Like ara ara. Yeah, that is one example. Boink. There we go. Get wrecked, Messi. Super Frank, happy Tuesday. Fantastic news. You got here just in time for the new PB run. I decided to wait for you. Just been repeatedly climbing up to floors like 3 to 6 today. Waiting for that exclamation mark PV message. Here for your biannual PV check. Fair enough. Well, if it has been biannual, I guess technically it changed, didn't it? Hasn't quite been 6 months. If I just load another map in the editor, would I count it as playing another map? Yes. Probably? I don't know. Probably not, actually, because when you load a map in editor, it doesn't put your car there unless you click a button, right? Like, you can test drive the map in editor, I assume. But I assume it doesn't do that by default. Yeah, you have to test or validate, just as I thought. Lost interest in TM in general over the past few months. Assume it'll come back at some point. No, that's fair. Very common to get burnt out. I got very burnt from Sudoku for a while. I was doing way too much Sudoku. Been doing a little bit more lately. But I wouldn't test or validate. You were trying to find a loophole to avoid me playing other maps. Yeah. I mean, technically it wouldn't be playing another map. Technically probably allowed based off of my own rules. But I don't know what the point would be. Like, why open a map in editor if I wasn't planning on playing it? Just to check it out, I guess. Look at it. Sure feels like going to a restaurant in order to smell the food. Found a Paradox Grand Strategy Games last October. Didn't help with your free time? No, I did a Sudoku, I think, yesterday. That was pretty cool, though. I did this Sudoku that was a Fog of War chess puzzle Sudoku. Super cool. Committed Sudoku yesterday. Yep. Tend to do that, like, probably once a week. Do I watch Cracking the Cryptic? I do indeed. I think that was the video from, like, 2 days ago, right? I like to race Simon. I think I beat him by about 10 minutes on that puzzle. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. Hopefully I didn't commit Sudoku. I brought... because I brought dishonor to myself on Deep Dip 2. Surely not. Made it to 15 on Deep Dip 2. Alright, floor 6. Be nice to me, please. God, I don't know why floor 6 has been so brutal today. I mean, it's a tough floor, don't get me wrong, but normally I don't struggle with it this much. Even 6 must respect that this is the run. No! God damn it. This is directly down there, right? Yeah. God, today is not my day, apparently. All right, that was a really good recovery there. Might have looked similar to any other recovery I've done, but very smooth. All right, can I at least get a second run up to 7 today? Like, goddamn. Alright. If we don't, if this run does just end up dying, I'm gonna chalk it up to the weather. Seems like a good excuse. Tony. Windy day on Deep Dip 2 map, yeah. Man, have you ever had that jump on like the end of floor 10 right before the turnaround? Have you ever had that do a backflip? Been awfully windy on Double Dip today too. Damn. Yeah, I did the press forward method where you just like clip your back tires on the back of the platform. And I did a straight backflip and landed on the dirt below. It was so strange. You were watching when it happened? Yeah, I know you were there. Actually, you were there right after the 360, right? Yeah. Very odd. Caused my me pressing brake too early while I was still on land, so I gotta slow down. Oh, maybe. I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, because the only thing I can think of when it comes to that would be if my car wasn't like fully forward. That would flip it. No, that makes sense. Man, that was such a tilting fall, apparently. I didn't think I was too tilted. But, like, the results kind of speak for themselves. Very strange day, though. A lot of stuff on 6 that's killing me more than usual. I don't think... I think there are a lot of floors that haven't killed my runs today. Very concentrated, it seems like. Couple on 3, lot on 6. Lot on 6. God damn it. God damn it. What's my car doing? Man. Yeah, not my day, it seems. Yeah, tomorrow, yeah. Definitely gonna set my AC up today, though. I am sweating today. Gross. Alright. Goal. Get to 13 on one of these practice attempts. Because frick 12. Oh, man. Has been kicking my butt this week. Oh. That's uncommon. All right, new goal. Let's just get to 12. That seems like a good goal. Forget about beating 12. Let's beat 11 first. Bleh. Oh, that's... Oh, jeez. Okay. Terrible. Oh. Dumb mistake. Alright, this is the one. Nice. Clean. Nice. Close, but nice. All right. Good. Surely first try. Nice. Gonna head off to bed. Alright, Crunk God, sounds good. Have a good night. I will talk to you later. God damn it. That's a jump that keeps getting me. Freaking 12. Alright. I definitely should have just loaded the checkpoint per floor version. Honestly, no reason to do this one. I was going to continue practicing 11 after failing 12. But I really need to practice 12. I'm doing so bad on this floor. Yeah, I just don't have enough time for real runs right now. Figure might as well get some practice in at the end of the day. Gross. Man, I wish I was better at 12. It seems like a fun floor, but I just hate it. I would love for this floor to be like a floor 5 for me. Because floor 5 just kind of feels like a break. Or felt like a break. It's not really like that anymore because it's... On most days, it's stuck between two floors that I pretty much beat every time anyway. Like, need to struggle in order to feel like a break, but that's how it used to be. Hey, Ilva. Happy Tuesday. And happy Tuesday, Blurry Cleric. What's up? Just a little bit of floor practice before we end stream today. Wowza. Okay. Guess who didn't sleep today? My guess is you, because I definitely slept today. Floor 13. True. Hey, spectator. Happy Tuesday. What's happening right now? I'm practicing 12 and above because I didn't have enough time to do another regular run. Knew it to enter the loop. Haven't seen that strat. Yeah, I started doing it recently because I suck at entering the loop and sometimes I fail it and fly out somewhere. It's pretty bad. Tiptoeing around the loop through ya? Yeah. Much simpler way of doing it, in my opinion. Kinda turns it into a foolproof setup instead of actually having to use skill. Like, I'm definitely capable of entering the loop, but had some awkward entries before that I'd rather not have. What's a skill? Yeah, right? Just amazed with how comfortable I am at things like this floor. Yeah, I had a decent amount of practice at this point. Thing that I could probably fail. Nice, we take those. First try 13, by the way. Wolfify, happy Tuesday. Nice. Clean. All right, not clean, but we take it. Gross. Luckily, in theory, as many tries as I want on that jump. If I can just get over to that gap. Nice. Have any special plans for practice once I hit 16 and all floors are open? Not special plans, just normal plans. The whole idea was I didn't want to treat any individual floor, even floor 16, as special. The main thing is that I'm counting the roof as part of 16. So once I hit 16 for the first time, I will be practicing the rest of the tower. Gross. Okay. Ooh, should have been... Alright, I'm just gonna slap myself, like, right here. But yeah, once I'm on floor 16 eventually, assuming I don't one-shot it, I will be practicing 16 to the end. One shot would be absolutely bonkers, but very much appreciated. Oh, son of a bitch. Didn't even have to go around that. Nice. There we go. Sick editor run last night that you giga tossed. Went from 10 to 16 dirt wall and fricked the bounce. Oof. That is awesome though. Getting so close. Jeez. Clean. Doing a lot of 15 and 16 practice, figured you'd keep it going from the 10 start recovery pool. 10 start recovery pool. Oh, yes. Gross. Okay. No. One more. We go to start of 15. Yes. Start of 15. No, that's crazy though. I have yet to get a run that started at like 11 and went all the way to 16, let alone to the end of 16. Boink. Wish 15 was lower, to be honest. Would love your runs to include the dragon. Yeah. I wish 15 was lower because this jump sucks. Least favorite on 15 is roof bounce. Least favorite on 16 is the wheel hook. I feel like the roof bounce is pretty much skill based though, right? I feel like the if you get a good setup on that, you're pretty much set. Alright, just need to get that on a real run, and then I can shave finally. Wow. Feel like Heart of the Cards, heavy obstacles for you. Yeah, that's fair. There we go. Alright. Just a little 16, see how far we can go. Nice! Exactly how far I thought we could go. Huh! And we go directly in the hole. Fantastic. Bonk. Yeah, good 15. Not so good 16. Whew. All right. I'll be back tomorrow for what could not possibly be a worse day. Not very good climb today. All right. Peace, everybody.